Hi, I'm Doug, and this is Atomic Age Pictures. As some of you may know, I live in Phoenix, and of course, you probably also know that it's hot in Phoenix, but it's not normally this hot. 2 days ago, I think we set a record. It was 117. And what have I done? I have come out to Papago Park, which is one of our desert parks, to do a gear review. Now, what possessed me to do this? I'm not real sure. To be fair, it's about 8 o'clock in the morning, so it's only 100 degrees so far, so we'll see how this goes. What I'm here to review this morning is this, the Fotga? Don't know how to pronounce that. The whatever, DP500 4x4 Mattebox system. This is a all metal with some carbon fiber Mattebox system for DSLRs and cinema cameras. And this is what it looks like. It's quite a beast, and it is well constructed, and we'll get into details on that here in a minute. But we'll just take a few minutes to take a look at this and see how it works. Okay, so what I've done is I've gone ahead and I've set up my Blackmagic Pocket 6K just to give an idea of how this system works with a camera in place. Now, the rails and mounting system for the camera do not come with the Mattebox itself. Those have to be bought separately. So this Mattebox comes with standard 15mm rail mounts back here with all metal clamps to lock it into place. All of the clamps, knobs, everything that fastens things into place are all machined aluminum construction. Now this fits right on here, and you can tighten it down. Left to loosey, righty tight, and your Mattebox is in place. Now it does come with a series of these foam donuts. This one I believe is a 67mm. They don't have every filter size available for various lenses. My lenses tend to be 55mm filters, so they don't actually fit mine. But it also comes with is a fabric sock that goes around the Mattebox here, and then it's got elastic in here so you can just fit it over the lens. Like so. And what this will do is this will prevent light from coming in the back of the lens. You're not going to get any reflections coming in from behind here, hitting one of the filters here, which I'll talk about in a minute, and reflecting back onto the lens. The Mattebox, as I said before, is all metal construction. The eyebrow, the flags on the side, all of the knobs are machined aluminum. The only thing that is not metal is this part of the Mattebox itself, and that is actually carbon fiber. So it's very tough in and of itself. So some of the things that I really like about this Mattebox, first of all, is what I talked about, is the construction. It is very well constructed. Everything moves very easily, and it's easy to release and lock in place with these little knobs. Each of the flags is lockable, and you can adjust the tension on these as well. They also have these little side pieces that slide up to give you more coverage if you've got light leaking in from the side, and again, a machined aluminum turn here to lock it into place. It's definitely a pro quality Mattebox in terms of its construction. Very solid. I would have no problem putting this on any cinema camera. One of the features I really like about this Mattebox that makes it super convenient, as I said, you've got your lens right here. If I take the sock off of the lens, if you want to change out the lens, all you have to do is lift up this knob, and the Mattebox swings away out of your way. You can add a circular filter if you want to the lens, or you can change the lens itself. So quickly change out the lens. Don't have to completely remove the matte box, easy peasy. When you want to put the matte box back into place, all you do is lift up on this knob and it locks in, good to go. As I mentioned before, it does take 4x4 square filters. Now, 4x4 square filters tend to be a bit more expensive than the round filters that you would screw onto the front of the lens, but you have a lot more control, and you only have to buy one set of filters to go with every lens, which is, you know, that's one of the advantages of using a matte box like this. Now, be aware, some people have asked, does this fit with the Koken P-series filters? And they do not. They are just slightly too small to clip into this frame, and they will fall out if you try to do that. I suppose you could DIY it with a little bit of tape on the bottom of the filter to make it fit, but you run the risk of marring your filter by doing that. It does have two filters. There's this back filter, and then there's a filter in the front. So you can stack filters, and you can also, the back filter rotates. So if you're using a circular polarizing setup, you can adjust the polarization effect that way. Now the height of the matte box is adjustable. Over here on this side, there's two little knobs here. You can release those, and you can adjust this up or down to fit the height of your lens. Now, I will say this, the height adjustment up and down is fairly limited, so depending upon how high your mount for your camera adjusts up and down, you may have some difficulty getting the lenses to line up with the matte box. I really like the fact that it's got a full-size eyebrow on here, and these are completely removable. They're if you see here, there's two knobs right here that holds this eyebrow in place, and you can just take this completely off and it slides completely out. Same with the side flags. This also folds up, so it's really easy to throw into a bag and for carrying around, or making your way to the set. It just slides in right here behind this little rail, and then you lock it off with these two knobs, and you're good to go. And again, as I said, you can lock it in place wherever you need it with this little knob right here. Same thing with the flags on the side, and you can really adjust this to make sure that you're not getting any flares hitting the lens at all. Now, I know flares are popular and a lot of people like to get flares, but the idea here is you get flares when you want them and not when you don't. Now, as I said before, this matte box is well constructed. It's a professional matte box, and it's not cheaply made. It's also not cheap. This runs about $259 the last time I checked it on Amazon. But for that price, you're getting a really, really well-made matte box. I think the construction quality and the features, you're getting quite a bit of bang for the buck for this. Other matte boxes in this range could easily be $500 to $600. It's something that is not a budget matte box. It's not made of plastic, but it is affordable for what you're getting. Now, there are a couple of things about this matte box that I don't like. And one of them is right here. As I said, you've got these machined aluminum knobs to attach to your rails, which I love. But if you look right down here, this front piece blocks the rails on the back. You can only go so far back before that piece hits the rails here. You should be able to take this back just as far as you need to get to where your lens is sitting, but you can't do that because this rail is here in place. I think this is for a bottom flag, and I think it's riveted into place, so I don't believe that you can remove this. Now, of course, you could move the rails back and forth to get where you need, but you really shouldn't have to do that. It's all metal, as I said before, except for this, which is carbon fiber. The fact that it's all metal means that it's heavy. If you're going to go handheld with this, keep that in mind. It's going to be a little bit front heavy, so you may need to backload your handheld rig to get a good balance. Also, for if you're just doing run and gun, trying to keep the camera package as light as possible, this is going to add to the weight. Getting to and from the setup time is going to be a little bit more, but I think what you get for the extra effort is worth it, at least to me. One thing I think in this price range with this quality, I think they could have included a case. Or at the very least, some kind of a bag to put it in. It doesn't have anything like that. It just came in this cardboard box. It's on the price range, I think, is on the edge of where they should have included a box. But all in all, I say this is a very well constructed Mattebox. It does exactly what it's supposed to do. It blocks flares from hitting the lens. It allows you to add 2 4x4 filters in front of the lens. And it's very well constructed, very well thought out for the most part, except for the couple of things that I mentioned that I don't like. For the price, I'm going to give it a thumbs up. I'm Doug, this is Atomic Age Pictures, and thanks for watching.